Hello, everyone. We are back. This is a good day. This is a great feeling for all of us. I'm excited. It's been a long time coming. You could call this episode anything you want. You could call it technical difficulties. You could call it the relapse. You could call it whatever you want, but we're back. Joe's eating. That means we're back. I mean, I don't know what else to say. We are back. I'm so happy to see each of you again. Zach, mostly you.
Not shocked.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Doing good.
Yeah,
Doing great.
Joe's in the new place, breaking that in.
Yeah, Joe's breaking in a new spot. I'm out of the basement.
Yeah.
We're ready to roll.
Yeah, it's a new and improved episode of Comic Relievers.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
So I just, before we get going, how is everyone? I mean, been a little while.
I know. I'm shocked that everyone's still kicking right now.
I know. I think tonight might be lower number of views than our first episode, if that's even possible.
Probably. That would not even shock me at all. I think we did pretty good on our first episode, though.
Yeah, we did. That's all right. I'll watch this a couple times, get the views up.
All right, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think people think we're dead, so that could kind of hurt our viewership a little bit.
All right, we're going to get rolling same way we always do, just touch up where we're at right now. A lot of time's passed since the last episode. So starting out in the hometown, baby, American League, the Sox are down a couple games to the Yankees. Kind of figured that. They've been going back and forth for a while. The Sox have been kind of slipping the past few games. Toronto and Tampa are kind of hanging around, not really. And then you got Baltimore down at the bottom of that division. Speaking of Baltimore, something I want to talk about a little later on with the upcoming trade deadline. That team has a lot of pieces that could be sold, a couple rentals. You never know what contending teams are going to swoop in and see what they can offer to pry away some of those superstars on a pretty much dead team for the most part. Again, in the AL Central, nothing real crazy. Cleveland is in first, and the rest of the division behind them, not much at all. However, the Sox just lost the series to the Twins, looked awful doing so. Starting pitching was actually the only good thing going for them, and didn't get much run support. That's kind of been the story as of late. Bullpen hasn't been able to put a game away, but that's aside for that's another topic. We got too much to get into tonight. So now in the West, another huge topic, the Houston Astros. I mean, defending champs are playing like it. In my opinion, even better looking right now than they were in October last year, which is scary to think about. Looking like a pretty lethal roster over there. They're all clicking right now. That's going to be a team to keep an eye on if you haven't been already. But what I really like in that division is that Seattle's right on their heels. Not really expected much out of them this year with all the hype in LA with Shohei, who is now on the shelf. Obviously, he's out for a little bit at the very least. They say they're optimistic in LA, but, they knew he had that injury coming in. Not even halfway through the season, it's already showing signs. The fatigue was catching up to him. That's kind of a tough blow for Trout and the Angels, but
can he still swing it?
Yeah, that's what they're hoping. They're waiting to hear back. I think he's got a couple tests to still do, but the manager of the Angels came out and said that as soon as he was cleared, they'd use him to swing, toss him right back in the lineup, even if he couldn't throw for a little while, which, kind of have to do. They started out neck and neck with Houston, quickly dropped down to the 3 slot in that division. Thankfully, the bottom 2 teams aren't really going to do much to catch them. Maybe Oakland, if they can kind of keep clawing away. Oakland's kind of a team that will win 5 and lose 10 and then win 15. They're kind of back and forth, tough to predict.
It's because they have great uniforms. It's like a wild card,
You expect them to win. They look the part.
That's right.
So moving to the NL East, this is my favorite division in baseball right now. The Atlanta Braves. I mean, the young guys coming up, Albies and Acuna, I don't whatever, but it's fun to watch right now. You get a Foltynewicz, however you say his last name, guy that you wouldn't expect, but is pretty much carrying that pitching staff right now. And then my boys, the Phillies, they are right there in second place, tied with Washington actually in second place. So that's actually going to be a great division to keep an eye on. Obviously, we're near an all-star break. We got a lot of time to go, but if things stay similar to the way they are now, that's going to be very interesting to watch. Also in that division, a team that started out looking like a World Series contender, the New York Mets, have absolutely fallen off the face of the earth. That's just, I mean, I'm not surprised. It's the New York Mets, but I mean, they looked like a legitimate contending team at the start of this season, and it is like a whole new nine has stepped on the field.
They always look like it.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on? How can they have such a strong roster, but just it's like it crumbles every time? When you look at their starting rotation, you think they should never lose a series.
You should lose a game.
Yeah, what's going on?
What they got going? The average fastball is like 98. Like, I mean, any lineup with Syndergaard in it shouldn't lose a game, right? Like all year.
You think, yeah. So now, sticking on that rotation, actually, one of the things I wanted to ask you guys about tonight, anyways, with their drastic fall off, do you see them being sellers at the upcoming trade deadline? I mean, it's a lot of hype around their top two guys in the rotation. You know, I'm more hesitant to believe that than, you know, getting rid of a 4 or 5 guy in the rotation, you know, trying to bait guys in with offering them Syndergaard and getting them to settle for someone else in that rotation. I don't know really how they'd work it, but
they should have sold like 2 years ago. They really should have, because every single year it feels like they're coming in as like a World Series contender, and then they just implode. So
because legitimately on paper, if everyone is healthy, there's no reason for them not to be in the World Series.
No, but that's what I'm saying. And so right now, call it what it is. It's a fluke. I don't know. Sell everything. Sell it all. Build for 5 years from now. Call it a day. Because
I mean, I thought Matt Harvey leaving them was going to be like a good thing. I thought he was kind of a dickhead in the clubhouse. He actually looks better than the Mets do.
Yeah,
he was like Cy Young-esque the first 2 years that he was really big over there.
Yeah, he pitched one game too many in the playoffs, blew out his arm, and never looked the same.
Well, that's the Mets. Yeah. See, it's becoming a punchline. The Mets are becoming a punchline. Like, hey, the Mets had a really good start to the year, but just wait a second, give them 2 more games, Syndergaard will die. So, I don't know. I think they should just sell everything they have, stock up with draft picks and roster spaces, and try to build for 5 years from now. That way, at least they can play out the punchline a little bit.
I think it's all because DeGrom cut his hair.
I do too. It doesn't feel right.
Right. It's like just the uniform doesn't even look the same anymore.
No, doesn't look good on him anymore. Mm-mm. And you know, one of the articles put up on WTP a couple weeks ago was, I mean, kind of funny to me, but the God's honest truth. The Mets are like, their lineup is famous for guys that would have been sick to have like 5 years ago, but like now, I mean, I thought the Adrian Gonzalez signing was cool. Give him a fresh start somewhere else in a big city. He's gone.
They tried that once. Didn't they try that somewhere else where they signed him to try to give him a nice little place to become a kind of a stud in the lineup, and he was out after a season?
Who? Gonzalez?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Adrian Gonzalez.
Adrian Gonzalez. Yeah, what team do you know of that paid a ton of money for him and then dumped him off?
I mean, yeah, but he was good with us. He was the only one that was consistent.
Listen, Adrian Gonzalez could have been consistent, could have been whatever. He should have been here for 7 or 8 years.
Should have been, yeah. It just was the wrong time for him to come in. I don't know.
Cal Crawford, I guess.
I mean, I think he's up there with Johnny Damon. I hate Cal Crawford. I hate him.
I loved it.
I did too because he whooped our ass every time we played him.
He was like my favorite MLB 2006 player when I was playing those video games.
That was before the show.
Yes.
Yeah, those were a while back.
Yeah.
The triple play games and stuff like that. I used to love that. And then those are the teams where I'd stack it up. I'd put like Ichiro on leading off with Kyle Crawford hitting second. I'd have like the fastest team on the planet, steal every base imaginable. Then we got him on the Sox, and then I was forced to hate him.
The game I remember was early 2000s. Jeter was on the cover. Was it All-Star Baseball? Was that the name of the series?
Mm-hmm.
They had the little cheat code where you could get that dream team. And I just always remember the 3-hole would like bunt bombs.
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
I think the one that stuck with me the most was MLB Triple Play. I think it was like 2000, between the year 2000 and 2003, probably.
That was the one with Manny on the cover?
Could have been.
I think I remember that.
I fell in love with baseball video games.
Magic Carpet Ride.
MVP baseball with Manny on the cover in 04.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
That was nice. PS2.
PS2. Yeah, the one I was talking about. I think I was playing that on I think it was PS2, right? 2000s, early 2000s.
Old, yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing like Frogger and stuff on the PS1. Those were the days.
Said maybe Xbox original or something like that, but that's the only other possibility.
While we're on video game topic, you guys ever play that SSX Tricky game on the PS2 early?
No.
It was like snowboarding or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that.
I don't know how I got that in my house, but I played it, and I played it a lot too. They had like 2 songs on the entire thing. One of them, obviously, tricky, but that game was. If I have like a Hall of Fame of games for myself, that one's definitely on there.
Fair enough.
All right, we're moving to the Central. Cubbies, Milwaukee, like we expected, they're up top. St. Louis, a team that's always hanging around when it comes time for the postseason. They were a few games back, about 4.5 in third place in the Central. Pittsburgh, 7 games back, but they're kind of exciting me a little bit more than I planned for this year. I'd say give them 2 to 3 to let those young guys develop. That'll be a team to watch again, but not right now. Joe, still stuff in your face.
Yeah. Yep.
Zacho, how your Reds doing, bud?
Hey, they're doing their best.
They're doing that. Yeah.
They're giving max effort.
They're doing their best.
I always wanted someone else, not me, because I would have never done it. I always wanted someone else to just like tell a coach that. In the
Hey,
what the hell are you doing out there?
I'm doing my best. All right, man. Moving to the West. Team is kind of, I'd say, arguably the hottest in baseball aside from Houston right now, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Team I like, Torey Lovullo, good guy, local guy. He's doing well in his time as a head coach over there. The Dodgers finally look like the Dodgers. They're only a couple games back.
I hate the Dodgers so much.
Yeah, I mean, I hate the Dodgers because they've never finished the job and won a World Series, but they need to win one. It's about that time. But I'm more and more every day. I'm starting to lean towards the Nationals. I think they're starting to heat up. Kelvin Herrera is a big pickup. That bullpen is literally, and I mean, this is the perfect stage for this announcement here. The Nationals bullpen. Boy, do they have some comic relievers. Boy, do they look good. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's incredible. Sorry.
You're not wrong.
I've been holding that one in. I've been waiting to let that one out.
Plus, anytime you have Scherzer, you have a good rotation.
Yeah, no matter what.
Do you guys think Scherzer's the most dominant pitcher in baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think not just because he plays for the Red Sox. I think Chris Sale is up there along with Kluber. Chris Sale having the advantage coming, with that explosive delivery from the left side. But Scherzer is like a guaranteed 6 to 7 innings of quality start every outing. So
yeah.
Lots of strikeouts too.
Yeah, tons.
Yeah, he does load up strikeouts.
When it comes to definition of dominant pitcher,
and he's got 2 fucking colored eyes.
Yeah, he's like a husky. It's kind of cool.
The sign that they put in the outfield is really cool. It's
what
like,
they do?
It's like a close up of just this. But it's on one of the digital screens that's on the wall of the field.
No, they should just make that the whole outfield wall.
It's
just
so
make that
cool,
a t-shirt.
Man.
We should make that a t-shirt.
Yeah, it's just two different colored eyes.
Yeah,
we could do that.
We can do that. Yeah, we have that ability to do so.
We do have that ability.
All right. So one thing. Go ahead, Zacho.
I was gonna say also in the NL East though you got Aaron Nola, who has been dominating,
dude,
quietly but dominating.
There's a lot of good pitching in the league this year, and he's not getting the attention he should be. But man, he's for years to come, he's going to be up at the top of the league.
He was kind of dealing with a elbow tenderness last year, and still put up a really good season. But this year he came back and he's fresh. He looks insane right now, man. And he's 25.
I know, that's what I'm saying. For years to come, the Phillies are exciting right now. They really are. So one question I wanted to ask the boys too. We got into a little bit, even in the group chat, not even on air, but the whole Trout Mookie debate. Trout's nearing game 1,000. Now, I'm not even going to bother getting into that with you tonight. But Trout's nope.
You know the answer. That's why.
Just don't.
Yeah. We'll just leave it at this. That debate went on in one city in America.
Whatever.
For about a week and a half before Mookie got hurt and Trout kept doing his thing.
I know. But he's entering his 1,000th game. I don't know if you guys have gotten a chance to look at the numbers with some
staggering.
Hope. It is retarded. Like, this man is like with ease just
the game of baseball was easy for like 7 or 8 people ever, and he's in like the top 2 right now. So it's relatively impressive. I still wholeheartedly believe that he is going to finish the all-around greatest player of all time.
There's definitely a solid chance of that happening. There was a cool thing on Twitter. There's obviously they came into the league same time, Hopper, Trout. Everyone kind of said 1 or 2, you can't lose out. But to this day, their stats, if you put them side by side, you would need to put Paul Goldschmidt's stats with Bryce Harper's, and it would still not amount to Mike Trout's. I just looked at that, and it's right there. The guy is just off the charts. Not even. And I know this sounds like a simple topic to talk about, but this guy is like every day just ruining the game of baseball and making it look incredibly easy.
Is he 25?
Is he 25 or 26?
I don't know.
It doesn't even matter. Are you kidding me?
No, it doesn't matter.
25 or 26.
Yeah. This has him. Google has him at 26.
Okay. All right.
Google's, depending on where you look, I guess rarely wrong. But I'm looking up his WAR because he had they projected his WAR for this year at 14.7.
Oh my God.
Which is 3 times higher than the second place person, who is Bryce Harper. Okay. Wow. And next to Bryce Harper is Manny Machado. So Mike Trout is 3 times more important to victories than those guys.
He's more important than both of them combined.
Yeah.
If it's 3 times.
Yeah. It's pretty. I mean, you want to talk about astonishing. I'm looking right now at the war, like the all-time WAR list, and he is on pace to beat like the top 10 highest right now.
That's got to be a relatively new stat, though, right?
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's a one of the new sabermetric things. It's wins above replacements. I don't know if you guys, or for anybody who didn't know that, wins above replacement. So when they're in lineup versus when they're not in the lineup, how many obviously wins above their replacement they will have. So
do you think baseball just hired like 3 dudes and we're just like, all right, go back and just start from the beginning?
In the beginning,
yeah,
there was like 6 people playing baseball. And yeah, I mean, the MLB, with the amount of money and power they have, it wouldn't put it by me. And how stat driven they really are.
Yeah.
I mean, they like you said, they probably hired like 3 dudes who are like, all right, well, you guys are on retainer at $500,000 a year. Yeah. See you next year. I want you to come up with 17 new stats. Okay. They don't even have to make sense. Just come up with 17 new stats. Nobody's going to understand them, but it'll help for our broadcast. So
yeah, exactly. And hurry up, because Brad Pitt's getting old. We need to make another move.
Man, Brad Pitt.
Would he be in Moneyball too? Who would play him? I mean, it's not going to be Billy Beane or this time around.
I don't think that wave has come yet, right?
Yeah, no, it probably hasn't come yet.
I think we're still kind of reaping. I think we're seeing right now the real benefits of that.
Yeah, true.
Because that was the Astros last year. That is exactly, they built their team around those same statistics.
So that might be the next time you see something like that. Maybe it's about the Astros, but hey, did you guys see Deadpool?
I have not. I need to, so don't spoil it for me.
I won't, but I will say that there's a Brad Pitt cameo in it. I can't even tell you where it is. You got to find it yourself. It literally is like a half a second cameo. So when we come back after you've seen it, I want you guys to tell me where it's at. Don't look it up either.
Okay.
So I want you guys to find that.
I loved the first one.
I rewatched the first one in anticipation of going to see the second one and just never did.
All right, Deadpool is such an underrated superhero. It's the fact that it's so funny. Like a lot of these superhero movies, they'll put some comedy in, but this one's like 65% comedy.
Well, it also kind of changed the game because it showed them that they could make money off of rated R movies. So then they turned around. True. They turned around and made Logan, the Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh well, how much different will it be going from PG-13 to rated R? And then the movie starts off and he just goes blades through someone's eyeballs, and you're like, okay, this is a different game we're playing here.
That was like Marvel wise. Did you guys watch The Punisher on Netflix?
I did on Netflix. That was gas.
That was good.
That was gas.
That was real good. And you want to talk about rated R? I mean, the killing in that show.
Is that why you got that haircut? Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. I'm saying
this one.
Yeah, but it's growing out now. Didn't you?
Oh yeah. No, that was a total accident. Why I had that haircut. I'm not gonna lie. Let's say the individual cutting my hair decided a blade for the top one was about 4 times shorter than what it usually goes.
I got to cut you guys off because my pal Steve Serena just tweeted at us with the picture of the eyes in the outfield. And
nice.
That is cool. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Real nice.
Steve.
Good work, Steve. That was good.
It needs to be the whole wall. That is unbelievable.
I know. It's cool, huh? I'm sure they can only do it between pitches. I doubt they can have that behind him during a pitch, right?
I mean,
I can't imagine why they would. That would be kind of awesome.
Be crazy.
Home field, baby. Why not? I mean, I would imagine that can't be legal in the MLB.
No, I don't. I think they have some rules for it all, and I don't know the rules, but I always just assumed that was why, like, the video board switched back, to just a stale picture for every pitch with things in between them.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Since we just brought up Washington again, what do you think? I see the Nationals are trying to put together a team that makes Hopper want to stick around. Is that even in the question? I know it's early in the season, but
I think he stays, to be honest. Really? I do. I think that he's such an egotistical maniac that leaving a team to go and win somewhere else might hurt his ego a little bit. He'll get money. He's going to get paid. Where I thought that he was going to get paid $500 million, I really don't think that's going to happen.
I thought 4 was realistic.
Yeah, 4 was realistic.
Yeah, he might even get close to that.
I'd say 425-ish.
You take a look at what Stanton's getting paid and what he's producing, and they're going to try to use that. Yeah. But I don't think he gets anywhere near 5, even though I originally thought he would. Going off of that, again, I think he's an egotistical psychopath. So I say he stays right where he's at and tries to win as much as he can there.
Bold prediction, whoever he signs with, it is for a short-term deal, because with the way sports are going in Las Vegas, they're going to get a baseball team.
Yes.
And he's going to go home and he's going to win a World Series in Vegas.
That's pretty good.
That is, I'm telling you, I read the guy's book. He's a hometown guy. He was at a couple of the Golden Knights games. And they're putting in for a what's it called? Aren't they putting in for a football and basketball team as well?
Probably. I'm sure it's real difficult to be a hometown guy whenever your hometown is Vegas, Las Vegas. I'm sure that's real tough to want to be home.
Yeah. That's
I almost feel like you can't bet if you are a team in Vegas.
What do you mean?
You want to rephrase that, because you can't bet as any team.
No, not on themselves. I'm saying I feel like they can't be included in bets coming from Vegas. That's just
coming from Vegas.
I bet the guys drawing the lines in Vegas can't wait for that, because that's going to be so much bias on their losing games.
Exactly.
They're going to make so much money off of that.
It's not fair.
Exactly.
It's not enough.
I'm going to love it.
All right, so I'm going to ask another Twitter question. This one, I'm going to throw this to Zach.
Whoa.
What'd you do, bud? Spilling yourself?
Yeah, he's trying to eat too fast.
Look at that. Looks like a shot.
Oh.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, bud.
I like this shirt.
So, Zach, this question I gotta ask you. I only have one way to define it, but what can you tell the viewers about stinky cheese?
Oh man, I'm so upset that you threw that one to me. Shout out to Cottrell for that, by the way. He wanted us to define stinky cheese, which is a term that I don't think has been used in baseball for like 12 years.
Minimum.
But but it's basically just a pitch that's really in today's terms, it's a pitch that would be called disgusting, or like a high velo fastball. You could use it for like power sliders maybe, but I think usually it's used more for velo.
It's the high stinky cheddar, baby.
I think that's hilarious that he wanted us to define that.
I haven't heard anyone say that in a few years.
I have
bring it back.
I have never heard somebody refer to it as a power slider before. I'll say that. Never in my life have I heard stinky cheese beside power slider.
Well, I'm with you.
I've heard it now, which is cool, I guess. But yeah, I'm totally with that. Bringing it back. I think we can bring that back.
Bring it back. Hashtag stinky cheese.
Hashtag stinky cheese. You guys can expect a shirt tonight. Hashtag stinky cheese.
Damn.
Do it like a do it like a tombstone, right? Where it's like been dead. Like the phrase has been.
It's like an arm reaching up. It's coming back to life. We're bringing it back.
Resurrection.
It's alive. Ooh.
That's good.
We're going to be trending on Twitter after the first episode back, boys. We're going to be good. Hashtag stinky cheese. That's the new episode title if we didn't have one already.
We're going with that next episode, whatever that is. I mean, it could be tomorrow or it could be a month and a half from now for all we know. We're pretty good at that. I'm going to go out on a
limb here and say that we don't take as much time as we did from now to the next episode.
It's a bold prediction.
Not at all.
Yeah. I give it probably the weekend. Do we do one on the weekend? I forgot what we do. I forgot what days we do.
Dude, I was at school and now I'm a working man. I don't have anything fun to do. So I was so excited to do this tonight. I mean, literally what I looked forward to. I had meniscus surgery a week ago today, and this is the only fun thing I've done since.
I'm not even kidding. I didn't even know we were going to do this show until 5 minutes before it. Like, I knew we wanted to do it, but I also knew that we wanted to do it the night before, and the night before that, and the night before that. And there was one night there, I think it was last night, where Zach told us he wanted to do a show and never told us anything before. So it was like, I don't even know what time. Was it in the morning? Were you like, hey, last night, yeah, it would have been great. I wanted to do a show. And me and Mikey were both like, oh.
I was like, word,
okay. You didn't even tell us that. But then you did save yourself. You did say that you were available 100% of the time now.
Right. So for those listening, about, I don't know, 10 days ago, I was like, hey, I'm free every day and I want to do a show as soon as possible. And then last night they tell me, oh, why didn't you tell us? I was like, I don't have to tell you every day. I'm clear. I'm ready to roll.
In case you need any proof that Zach has been free every day, just take a look at his Instagram account with the pizza bags going for a ride with the pizza right between him and the path.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was actually on my way back from a beach trip, a bachelor trip. And I was driving my friend's truck, and he was.
That's right. You're married, by the way.
Yeah,
for anybody who didn't know, he's married.
I think we discussed this last year.
That still shocks me. But go ahead.
But yeah, so I was driving my friend's truck, and he was not happy about me driving with both hands off of the wheel, eating pizza.
He's got one hand on the pizza, one hand on his phone. Yeah. 75 miles an hour straight.
I was interstating, right? So it's just a straight drive. I was steering with my knee.
That is a southern term. I was interstating.
Interstating. Wow. We call that driving around here.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Driving with your knees. We
apologize.
Every 45 feet. Man, interstating. I'm going to use that one too.
I honestly just made it up. So no one in the South is going to know that term.
Okay. All right.
Interstating. All right, cool. So we got stinky cheese coming back, and we have interstating, which Zach just came up with.
We're starting 2 new
Stinky cheese's sidekick.
Stinky cheese's sidekick, interstating.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I just want to pull this up so I can get the exact wording, but this is another question from Zach's buddy. Explain the best way to trigger a pitcher when it comes to Jackie Bradley Jr. throwing harder than them. And I have to break this down a little bit because
we had each of us like 45 minutes to figure out what it meant.
It took me a while, and I had to understand that he's referring to Jackie Bradley's laser of a throw that was clocked in on StatCast, I think at like 103 point something. Now, I'm just going to be the first to say, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with me on Twitter in our downtime. I hate Jackie Bradley Jr. I want him gone yesterday. He needs to go. Right before that laser of a throw, he made an error on what wound up being the game-winning hit. No one's talking about that because it was a cool throw. He needs to leave now, be gone. But I guess for this question, the best way to trigger a pitcher, I guess the fact that he can't hit, he can use that to his advantage to just kind of piss the pitcher off and be like, yeah, I throw harder than you, bro, but like I'm not going to hit this even if you throw right down the pipe. So I mean,
it sounds like you're triggered.
Yes, yeah, sounds a little bit like that.
I mean, I hate the guy. It's been like a long time coming. I've been tweeting the Red Sox every day now. It feels like I want him gone.
Well, hey guys, there's your answer. How to trigger a pitcher with
There you go.
Jackie Bradley Jr. It's to ask that question to Mikey. And,
Or
But
Jackie Bradley Jr.
I do want to know something, though, because you just said that you've been tweeting at the Red Sox to let him go. Do you think the Red Sox front office is running their Twitter account?
Did you not think that my tweets to them had any bit of input?
I'm sure they do.
Mikey's hoping that it like trickles up. Yeah.
I'm hoping
to the
for
intern that tweets.
I got some
By the
other
way,
ideas. If you guys want to have some other ideas involving Swihart, we can get something in return for him. You know, I've been tweeting them everything I can, and they're just, you know, I know they get into it. I know they got a busy day in front of them every day, but they're going to get to my tweets. The trade deadline's about a month away, so they got some time. I'll bear with them. They got JD this offseason. They made me wait, so I know they're waiting. But just know that my tweets, they're not nothing. They're not nothing. They're going somewhere.
Yeah, I see that. I like the conviction.
I mean, I'm this deep into it. If I didn't have conviction, it wouldn't be worth it anymore.
It's fair. That's fair. Do we have any questions not from Cottrell?
Like I said, I think people think we're dead, so nobody's really responding to anything that we're putting out.
Yeah, no, I'm checking now. We got to Steve's. Oh no, we didn't get to. We did. I think he had another question. Let me find it.
From Kurt.
Where was it?
And one from Steve.
Yeah, I got one from Steve here. So he wants us to talk about the new grip it and rip it type of style, kind of being unappealing to fans. He wants to know our take on it, but, you know, this is kind of something that, you know, like we've said with a few things in the past, this could be a whole episode worth if we really wanted to talk about this in depth. The MLB actually went into having like a scientific study on the baseballs. Like, it's a new type of baseball. I mean, when you hear college coaches nowadays, they're talking about launch angle. They're not talking about making contact anymore. Mm-hmm. It's just the way the games are played. Pitches are throwing harder. Balls are leaving quicker. I mean, yeah, it's more exciting, I guess, in a sense when people are hitting home runs. But when you're swinging for the fences on an 0-2 count and you're whiffing, I mean, is it a good pitcher or is it just you're not adjusting and hitting the way the team guy hits? I don't know. It's just a little weird.
Do you think it has anything to do with how good pitchers are becoming? Because I feel like they've just had this huge wave where they've realized being big and strong is not bad for a pitcher anymore, or we don't think that way anymore. That's what people used to think. And now we're not seeing that. Now we're seeing like strong, big guys that are throwing and are still athletic. And so now it's almost becoming where even breaking balls are, you know, they're impossible to hit at this point. So you're not going to get as much run production. You're not going to get as many guys like tagging together strings of hits anymore. Well, except for the Astros who went back to back to back yesterday.
Yes. I mean, they're doing pretty much everything right now, so we won't count them. But I think you're right on with that one. I think it's more so hitters adapting to the new style of pitching. I mean, it has literally come down to go up there, pick out a fastball, take your best hack at it.
I also think that having something to do with it is the fact that the game is becoming so offensively driven that even the strike zones are shortening up. We're not seeing any more of nips to knees anymore. We're kind of seeing top of the belt to the knees. And
kind of got a weird addition to this question, I guess, that I'm thinking of now. Do you think it has – I mean, this is a stretch now making this correlation, but with the amount of effort the MLB's put into kind of picking up the pace and speeding games up, do you think it kind of gives the batters a feel of, you know, let's get on the board now, just, you know, kind of speeding the game up that way, or is it just an adjustment to the new pitching? I don't know.
I think it's a combination of a bunch of different rules put in that's unintentionally making the game like that. I don't really think it has anything to do with speed, but I do think the strike zone is a big part of the offensive.
It's tough, though, because in a way, if the hitters are on, it's like exciting baseball to watch. It's like backyard baseball nowadays.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just saying when a guy has to throw his fastball into a spot that's now half the strike zone size as it was 10 years ago. I mean, you're basically telling these giant power hitters to come up and just see a fastball down the middle of the plate. You want to talk about why people are hitting so many home runs and why launch angle is a big thing. It's because you don't have to worry about a strike anymore. You don't have to read a strike. You don't have to stay on top of a ball that's thrown up at your nips. You just don't swing at it.
Perfect example the other night, Chris Sale against, I believe, Minnesota, and he was dealing. Absolutely dealing, and he had I think a 1-2 count on a guy. I want to say it was Max Kepler, and throws a slider. Should have been strike 3. Umpire squeezes him. Now he had been dealing and deserved the call at that point in the game. Excuse me. Turns around, hits a home run. I mean, it's forcing the pitchers to groove a pitch in there because you're not going to get the breaking ball away as a strike 3 call anymore. They're making you earn it. So guys are going up swinging.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's exactly it. I think it's just a combination of a bunch of things. It's just a different style of play. Every sport's doing it right now. You know, every sport has different waves, different styles of play.
Everything's trying to become more fast-paced, offensively driven. Everything, whether you want to go down into football, being the turf fields, it's a faster game on turf. There's nowhere around it. It's easy.
And I think it's just a product of people being better athletes and also having better training regimens. You know, we're maxing out athleticism, so every sport is speeding up. Everybody's just getting better at what they're doing.
Right.
That's true.
I think a perfect example of that is the 2 studs in Atlanta, Acuna and Albies. They're making the game look fun. They're making baseball fun again. It's like it is fun to watch when you get a team of guys like that are playing the new style of the game cohesively. It's entertaining.
Very, very much. All right, I think our last question is the one from Curtis. Kurt McCune wanted to know. Let me see. I want to read it so I don't mess it up. He wanted to know, it's America's favorite game, Would You Rather. He wants to know, would you rather spend 2 hours in practice backing up home plate or practicing backing up home plate, or have Fergie sing every national anthem at your home games? I struggled spitting that out, by the way. I don't know why. But anyway, would you rather spend 2 hours practicing backing up home plate or have Fergie sing your national anthem at every home game?
At least one of them is funny. At least I'll laugh during one of them.
During one?
Yeah. The other one, not so funny. Not so fun.
I mean, I wouldn't make it 2 hours anyway. I'd be puking after probably 20 minutes. So
yeah, give me Fergie singing the national anthem all day. I'll end on that one.
Because I couldn't even. I'm not qualified to complete the first option, so I got to pick Fergie in this one.
See, I think I'm going the other way because this is why you got to deal with it once and then you're finished with it.
Well, I think once it's 2 hours one time.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a 2 hour. Yeah, it's a 2 hour indie session.
Oh, I'm in there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wait, so she's gonna sing the national anthem for 2 hours straight?
No, not Fergie. Fergie's not a 2 hour thing. Fergie's was just her singing the national anthem that she sang at the All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game. Before every game. It's not 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm still sticking with Fergie. Yeah, give me Fergie.
You're taking Fergie every home game over
every home game. I get to laugh every home game. I get to enjoy myself every home game laughing at that instead of throwing up after 2 hours of straight running and being yelled at for not picking a ball.
See, now yeah. I'm picking the 2 hours. One, because we are staffleets here at Comic Relievers. Two, here at Comic Relievers, if you're out in the bullpen with us, you're laughing every game anyways. And three, because that performance was god-awful. And on that note, I'm going to let everybody know now that before we go tonight, I'm just going to tell you that these headphones are not plugged in. I took a phone call tonight, and they both had cool headphones on, and I wanted to fit in, so I put this under my laptop to look like I'd been listening the whole time. There are no headphones that work. These are nothing. Just wanted to fit in with the boys for the first episode back.
He's just a really good lip reader.
Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, they weren't even over my ears. I just try to keep a straight face the whole time. But boys, it was real good to be back. I had a blast. I'm hoping that we don't take 2 months to do the next episode. I'm hoping that
expect us this weekend.
Yes, I'm hoping that we can get this out, get this episode some recognition to let everyone know we're back. We did not die. We are back. We got some interesting things coming up. We got the All-Star break quickly approaching, the trade deadline, and of course, a few teams have the potential to play 100 games before the All-Star break this year. So once that comes and goes, I mean, it's already almost time to start talking postseason picture. So we picked a good time to come back. It's been a long time coming. It's great to see both you guys, and obviously it's great talking to everyone that's still out there listening. We appreciate you for bearing with us. Boys, you got anything to close with?
Closing remarks. I'll be back next week, or not next week, this weekend, hopefully, with an update on my weight because I lost 13 pounds after tonsil surgery. So I'm gonna make that my little thing. I'm gonna be trying to get back, hence the eating while I am on the show again. Not that that's any different, but I'm hoping that kind of packs on a little bit of poundage.
Yeah, I've put on a few pounds during this whole sitting on the couch. I mean, I returned to work. Yesterday was my first day back, and still I'm sitting at a desk, and man, I feel fat, and I can't do nothing about it. This knee sucks. I got at least 3 weeks left in a straight brace. Can't move it at all when I'm walking.
Nice. You've put on some weight. That's good.
I've put on some weight, and I've become more excited about talking baseball with you guys and with our fans. So I'm hoping we can get back into it this weekend and keep it going next week. Roll into the All-Star break. Have a couple good episodes there, and then we're going to keep it rolling for the second half of the season and into the playoffs. I mean, it's exciting, boys. We're back.
We rolling.
We're back.
All right, so everyone, I appreciate you coming out tonight. Stay tuned. If you're not following us already at Comic Relievers, give us a follow. We'll keep you posted on when and how to view the next episode. And that's also your opportunity to send some questions into us. I know kind of some short notice putting this episode up tonight, but, we all finally had a schedule that lined up, and we're back, guys. So stay tuned, and we will be reaching out to you all soon for the next episode. Thank you all for joining.